Hi guys, I was wondering, as lots of my friends are getting into Dungeons and Dragons, I was wondering if it's okay to play such role-playing games, especially with the demonic characters and use of necromancy in the game.
Well, I think a lot depends upon the individual and how deeply rooted his faith is. If it's very deeply rooted, then there's, same with Harry Potter being a real chess devotee. Uh, but if your faith is not deeply rooted, well, then you've got a problem. I myself, to personal admission here in college, was a dungeon master. I was barred playing the game. Reason being that the 10 or so people who were playing were being pursued by a demon,
Yeah.
as it is. They found a room at the castle which was roundabout with all sorts of foolproof anti-demonic symbols. They ran into the room without bothering to read the little sign that said maximum occupancy 4. So the floor collapsed and they all died.
My brother told me that story,
Yeah.
and he was infuriated.
Well, see, this is what I'm talking about. It's my fault they didn't read the sign.
Bad dungeon master.
See, and they wonder why I'm tempestuous.
Buzzkill.
Buzzkill?
We have to read signs? We want to cast spells and swing swords.
Yeah, that's nice.
Read
You should
signs.
have read the sign.
A demon's chasing us.
Yeah, well, but he didn't read the sign. And he couldn't now, and see, the demon didn't get any of them. See?
Okay.
There you go. But no, seriously, kids, look, as with so many other things, be grounded in your faith. It's just a game. Don't be grounded in your faith, and anything can be a danger. Anything. And if you're not grounded in the faith, whose fault is that? Well, firstly, I suppose your parents, but secondly, you.
Okay, I'll play kind of devil's advocate because I've just been reading.
We just did that with the devil's advocate. Okay, fine.
No, because I'm just I'm continuously reading liturgical year, and now I'm starting Introduction to the Devout Life, and coincidentally, I'm pretty sure both Guéranger and St. Francis de Sales say that if it doesn't help your faith, then just get rid of it. If it could be a risk, get rid of it.
Well, that's very true. But that goes back to the individual.
Mm.
I mean, with me, it was silly fun. And so silly that I got barred from it, in fact. But, it all depends. It's like anything else. How many people are doing World of Warcraft constantly?
Well, that's true. There's, 10.
How many people are on the internet all night doing social media? Anything that takes away from God, and you're not always aware of it.
Mm-hmm.
How many people spend tons of time memorizing endless amounts of sports trivia?
Oh, right.
And we don't talk about the demonic aspect of worshiping our sports heroes, do we?
That's true. One other slight tangent, because I was just kind of surprised, because it was so strict. Guéranger seemed to categorically condemn theaters and balls.
Well, there was a reason for it. Can you guess what they were?
No.
Salacious plays.
But categorically?
And erotic dances. Well, that's what he was exposed to.
That's not... is that how balls were? I was picturing something like Jane Austen or something.
Believe you me when I tell you the sorts of balls he was familiar with were the immediate post-revolutionary balls. They were a little,
Oh.
Don't forget, one of the big fashions around the year 1802 when he was growing up was called Cretan Revival.
Oh, what is that?
Bear.
Wow. Gosh. I got a false image in my mind of all the formality and...
Well, there was that side of it. But, for instance, remember, human nature doesn't change. It'll always find a venue. So, for instance, so many of the eves of our holidays, May Eve, All Hallows Eve, Candlemas Eve, etc. Well, not Candlemas Eve so much, it was so cold, but Midsummer's Eve were sometimes taken as, I mean, there were reasons to go out and build bonfires, right?
Mm-hmm.
People build bonfires, that's nice. Very often have the priest bless the bonfire. That's great. But there's always a temptation for couples to go off, which you may have noticed even at beaches when we build bonfires today. Sometimes couples sneak off, and bad things can happen.
I see. Okay. Well, I guess it's just the impression that in previous historical periods, people were closer to God in general, in that it was a higher bar, I guess, or a higher floor, or something.
In some ways, but in other ways, no. Because human nature doesn't change. I mean, there's no sin you can imagine, with possibly the couple of exceptions. There's no sin you can come up with now that has not been rampant since the beginning. The difference is how society deals with it, whether it accepts it or not, whether it winks at it or really jumps up and down about it. There's been drunkenness in every society, but prohibition has been restricted pretty much to this one.
Okay, I think I get it now. So in a post-revolution society,
everything had gone to pieces.
Yeah.
And what they were seeing, especially what he saw, was some pretty raw stuff.
Wow.
I mean, similarly, too, remember that their standards in some ways were higher than ours. You've got people in novels of that era swooning at the sight of a well-turned ankle. I guarantee you an ankle isn't going to do anything for a
well-turned ankle?
Yeah. But I guarantee you an ankle's not going to do anything for a guy today.
It reminds me of Bill Biersack's novels, where he's a trad, and trads have a lot of idiosyncrasies.
You think?
And he was into fulcrum.
Yes.
Or not he, but the main character
was into fulcrum.
Fulcra. Now, fulcra is apparently the back of the knee. That's what is being referred to. Am I correct? The back of the knee. Yeah, he was a fulcralosopher.
Yes, well, if you think about it, though, back in the 50s, when Bill and presumably his character first came to light, women's dresses went to about here.
Okay, they can't see that on, but yeah, okay.
No, well, they're just above the knee.
Yeah.
So the fulcra was as much as you could see.
Ah, I see. Wow, wow, that's perfect. I wonder if he thought of that.
I doubt it.
Oh, okay.
No, we don't examine ourselves that way. I mean, today we can see anything all the time.
Yeah.
Frankly, I don't know what would drive people wild with desire. Something must, but I don't know what. Puppies, maybe. I don't know.
Puppies?
I don't know, just being nasty. What else we got?